Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is haul video, Underground Comics. Uh, I've been really enjoying reading about Underground Comics, and I've been picking up some stuff. So, this is kind of like the first batch of Underground Comics that I've bought over the past like month, and definitely on the search for more. Uh, and want to definitely go into this lane and see what else I could find, you know. So yeah, before I get to the comics, um, I do want to emphasize that this is adults only stuff. There's some nudity, graphic content like involving like horror and like blood and stuff and sexual content. So, if you guys have any little kids nearby, it's adults only. So, you do with that what you will. I'm putting the disclaimer out there just so, I don't get any comments about like all that stuff. So, so yeah, now that that's out the way, let's get into the haul. So, I do want to start out with this. It is called Comix, The Underground Revolution. It's by Des Skin, and it's an introduction by Dennis Kitchen. So this kind of tells the story about underground comics, and it's actually a really good read so far. I'm pretty much at this part, the politics of comics. So I've been reading a lot about Crumb and a lot about different artists um, and different controversies with Mickey and some of the major players and publishers in the game of underground comics. So I've been really enjoying it. There's a lot of cool pictures and covers, and it's cool. Sometimes I look at a cover, I'm like, damn, that looks awesome, and I go straight to like eBay, or I go to like my comic shop and just look it up and see how much it costs or something like that. So yeah, there's that. All right, let's get to the stuff. Before I get to the underground stuff, I do want to talk about this comic here. It's called God Is, and it's a Christian comic. This is 1975 Spire Christian Comics. Story art and cover by Al Hartley. Um, so yeah, this is one of those like promotional God comics. They're like, we love God, all that stuff. Nobody can beat God, you know. So this is a pretty interesting one. I kind of picked it up just because I've never seen a Christian comic before, and I was like, why not, Um, and I put most, well, all the underground comics here are in Mylars. So yeah, I've been really into Mylar recently just because, these underground comics have some really just covers that pop, and, Mylar just kind of enhances it just a little bit. So, yeah. So there might be some glare, but we'll try. We'll see what happens. All right, so we'll start with all new Underground Comics number 5. This is Two Fisted Zombies. This is by Rick and Tim Beach. 1973, Last Gasp. I read this morning after I drank my coffee. I was like, let me read some underground comics. So I read this, and this was fantastic. The cover is crazy. The lighting's probably bad, but if you have this comic, you know. All right, next one is Snarf, number 7. Cover by Art Spiegelman. It's by Kitchen Sink, February 1977. And some of the uh, some of the people that worked on this book: Steve Stiles, Joel Beck, Trina Robbins, George Metzger, Tim Deitch, Justin Green, Sharon Rudall, and Howard Cruz. I pretty much only know like 2 names If you guys have any information about those other ones, let me know. Um, I did pick up some other Snarf that's coming in through eBay, so excited to sample this, and hopefully the other issues are pretty good as well. And also, when I'm going through these books, let me know if there's a series that's like top tier, like, hey, you got to pick up more of those. Um, I kind of just went through, when I went through the short box, kind of just went through the stuff that's very like, really nice covers. If I remember some of the artists that were on there, just other stuff like that, and any like Robert Crumb stuff. This is Mickey Rat, #1. Last Gasp, May 1972. Writers Chess Krill, Robert Strong is the artist, and the one who did the cover. I'm super excited this one showed up. This is one of the first ones I kind of flipped through, and I was like, man, this is really great. So, yeah, I always love the underground comics that parodied Mickey and Minnie and Disney characters. It's just funny to see them in that light. So glad to have that. I think that has like 4 or 5 issues. So hopefully I can find the others. Next is Dr. Wortham, Comics and Stories. This is #5. This is December 1980. Both covers are by Greg Irons. This is actually one of those double issues. So this is #5, and then if you flip it over, it's #6. So there was just there were 2 editions. There was a regular edition and a signed edition where it's like 50 copies. But I mean, look at this. This art is crazy. There's a whole bunch of creators on here. Let me see. I kind of went. I looked it up, and there's some Rick Beach and Steve Bissett stuff in here, so that's why I kind of picked it up. You got like Greg Irons, Jay Kinney, and some other people I'm not too sure of. But yeah, on the other side, let me see. Yeah, some really good black and white stuff. All right, next we got one that I'm like, that I was it was high on my list. Cartoonist Kayfabe did a whole video on it, and that kind of put me on it. So I got Bijou Funnies #8. This is the last issue. This is a first print, cover by Skip Williamson. It's kind of an ode to the Mad magazine cover, like an homage. This has Robert Crumb, Jay Lynch, Skip Williamson, Justin Green, and Jim Osborne. So from what I remember, this issue has like some of the creators are working on other creators, like creations, I guess. So Crumb was doing stuff from Jay Lynch's stuff. It was just kind of like everyone got to play in each other's sandbox with their characters. So happy to have this already in the collection by now. Like I tried looking on eBay, and I don't really see any copies of this. So to get this for a reasonable price was really a surprise. All right, so we got some Freak Brothers. I got #6. This is the first print. Gilbert Shelton, 1980 ripoff press. And I got #4. And this is 1971. This is a 4th print. I heard they're doing a animated show with this Freak Brothers. So this looks like a show. This, like, just looking at the covers, I'm like, it looks like a show that could be a really good, or a comic that could be a really good animated show. And they got Fat Freddy the cat. So yeah. So next we got some Young Lust. I got #1. This is by Art Spiegelman. It's kind of a parody of like romance comics that were in the 50s and 60s. It says dated 1971. This is a second print. And then I got number 2, which I love the cover for this. The yellow and the red and the purple, it just pops. I'm probably doing this no justice at all, just because of where I'm at, but it is amazing cover. This cover by Bill Griffith has Roger Brand, Justin Green, Jay Kinney, Pap Smear, and James Osborne. And this is actually a first print because there's purple shoes. So I guess the way to determine prints is either it's through like the different dollars, like cents, like 35, 50, or by like changes in the cover. So yeah, this is really cool stuff. Like black and white romance. I'm kind of, my secondary thing right now is like romance stuff. Like I want to try to find um, some really good romance comics back in the 60s, 70s, stuff like that. So if you guys have any leads on some really good romance comics, let me know. Yeah, on the hunt for that too. Got some issues of Skull. This is Skull number 6. I've been looking for some Richard Corbin stuff, just because we're in the Halloween vibe. You know, we got a couple days to Halloween, and I was like, let me get some Richard Corbin. So I got some Skull. This is covered by Greg Irons, which is a great cover. Written by Tom Beach. Art and sides by Corbin and Irons. So got that. Got number 5. This is an amazing Spain Rodriguez cover. Again, this is not doing it any justice, but damn, this cover's good. Just seeing it, I'm like, it's almost like a pop art cover. This has Corbin, Charles Dallas, Larry Todd, Spain, Rodriguez, Jackson, Kim Beach. This is a first printing, May of 1972. And also looking for other Corbin stuff, such as Fantigore, Slow Death. Kayfabe did a whole video on Corbin Underground stuff, so that's kind of where my Corbin stuff is right now. Like where I want to get the comics, from that video. But if there's other Corbin stuff that is awesome, again, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely all about Richard Corbin right now. And this is Skull number 3. I don't know how many issues this one. Maybe 5? 5? No, wait, not 5. There's 6. Probably 6 issues. This is cover again by Spain Rodriguez. He does some really great covers. I don't know what printing this is. Skull Comics is pretty much, homages to classic EC Comics. I think this one is an H.P. Lovecraft issue where it's all H.P. Lovecraft stories, or something like that. But yeah, got some Skull. And finally, the rest of these are Zap Comics. So Zap is kind of like the first thing I was kind of like, let me get some Robert Crumb. Because I really, I saw some art on the internet of Robert Crumb, and I was like, I really enjoyed it. Really thought it was cool, cool artist. So, yeah, so I got these last 4 books are all Robert Crumb and others, or it's all Zap Comics. So Zap number 7, Spain Rodriguez cover. This is the first print because I guess the red sticker. Okay, right here. Yeah. But this is a gorgeous cover. I mean, and it's in pretty good condition too. So it has Crumb, Moscoso, Rodriguez, Wolfson, Griffin, and Gilbert Shelton. Got issue number 4 of Zap. This is a Victor Moscoso cover. It says Robert Williams, Robert Crumb, Spain Rodriguez, S. Clay Wilson, Gilbert Shelton. This is a 7th printing because it has the $2.50 cover price. Alright, this is a 4th print of Zap Comics issue 0. So from what I heard in the or what I read in the book, this was supposed to be issue one of Zap Comics, but I guess somebody stole the art or something like that, or stole like the stories, and he couldn't find it. So I guess when he got it back, he created a zero issue. So that's cool. And finally, I'm really glad to have this already in my possession. Um, but yeah, like it was cool to see it. We checked prices on eBay just because he was like, "All right, I need to see how much really this is." It's not that bad. It's like a $25 to $30 comic. Um, it is the third printing, so I picked up Zap Comics #1. Really glad to have this, so I don't have to have. I mean, maybe if I find other copies, other printings, I guess maybe I'll pick it up. Um, he was using the Underground Price Guide, and he saw that the first print was like mega money, like really, and he was like, I don't know if this is a first print. But I'm like, I think it might be a third, just because the third print has the 35 cents. I think the first print is like 25 cents or something. So I was kind of glad it wasn't the first print because I was like, bruh, I guess I held it for a little bit, and then he's just gonna keep that. But I got a good deal on the third print. It wasn't too bad. But but yeah, those are all my underground comics so far. Um, Again, I have stuff coming in from eBay. I'm always looking. Um, you know, still a noob, very much a noob in this underground comics lane. So if you guys have any information about these comics, any recommendations for which series to check out, I highly recommend like just just sharing that information with me. Um, I just underground comics is so interesting. Like you know it's I know it's for their time, and there's some very controversial stuff in here. Um, but I mean that was that time. So again, I'm really glad to have these books. Can't wait to read them. And yeah, if you guys have any information, let me know in the comments down below. So that's my haul. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it if you guys made it all the way to the end. Um, so hopefully more videos coming soon. And I will talk to you guys next time.